inspiration is seeing our, Charlie and
NT bond.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
It really is.
Even with all the bickering, because of course they fight too and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But it's even funny. But it's so interesting to just watch their relationship bloom.
Yeah.
One day we were talking about how in NT's case, especially as the younger sibling, like all he's ever known is having a sibling.
Yeah.
And he's always looked up to Charlie since he was what I thought was too young to even look up to anybody. I'm like, how is he already looking up to him at this young an age? But I could see his eyes lighting up. Yeah, he's studying his brother. He's just admiring his brother from like months old, And it is. And it's so sweet to watch. And it brings back fond memories of my own upbringing with my siblings, which of course there was also turmoil, especially in the adolescent years.
There
and
always
stuff like
is.
that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it's such a joy to have siblings now.
It is.
It's such a strong part of my support system and our support system. Having siblings, by the grace of God, both my parents are still living and one of my grandparents, but, they're meant to go before us. They're older, significantly older than us. Obviously, they're our parents. And then what are you left with? If you have siblings, you're left with your siblings, which is beautiful and powerful.
You're not alone.
You're not alone, Even siblings sometimes, accidents happen and so forth. But for the most part, it is so powerful to have your siblings as your support system. And after all the craziness of growing up with them as teens and whatever, things change when you become adults, and I'm giving you like a positive perspective because I know this is not everybody's story, but like you said, if your parents provide, a certain upbringing, the right environment or whatever, it fosters this kind of relationship. So yes, there are siblings who don't talk to each other or whatever, but in my case, we got through all the fuss of, our younger years and we've grown to respect each other. We've grown to appreciate each other.
You guys get along really well.
We do. We're not all, the same. It's not because we all just think exactly the same or whatever. We're so different. We live in different states even. And yet there's this bond that is more than I can probably explain, but that brings us all together. And in our case, we do like weekly Bible study together. I meet with, we meet with my brothers and sisters and their spouses, and we get to talk about the Word of God, and we get to, it's beautiful because we're talking about like Philippians 4:8, whatever is true, whatever is godly. Godly is not a word in there, but we can add that. But yeah. And so that's beautiful, but it's also just that weekly connection and that maintaining of relationships and stuff. It's just so helpful. And I feel so like undergirded, I guess, by having a sibling support system. And I could go into many ways that we've supported each other, but I probably won't even go that far. I don't want to like overcomplicate the topic.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like it's so important to draw these things out because I really do feel like we live in a society where people are afraid to embrace, having lots of siblings. And there's been this trend on the internet about older siblings being parentified, and like, people are afraid that they don't have enough love to go around to many children and all this stuff. I don't know, and it's like siblings take care of each other. Like, my mom didn't teach, I don't know what my mom taught me, honestly. I can hardly remember because I learned so much from my siblings. I'm a middle child. I'm the fourth of 6 of us. So I just know how helpful we've all been to each other. And I don't think it's meant for our parents to have to, or to be able to give us all like this crazy amount of attention by the time we're, as many as we were 6. If you have one and you can do that, that's great. But if you can't give them, you don't have to worry that they're not getting enough attention from you. They will take care of each other.
They will. And I think that's the way it's supposed to be, right? That's how life is supposed to be. You begin from the home with a good support system. Right. So you have people ahead of you who have, whether it's education or whatever it is, you go in high school. It's nice to have a sibling who's been through high school. when I use my sister's textbooks, I still have math books that I got from her that I've always kept with me because I wanted to use them to teach our kids. And it's just interesting that it's, full circle. But I look at those books and I'm like, yeah, it was nice. I remember when she passed those books down to me and I was like, I love it. I've used my sister's computer, her phone, some of my first phones were from her. I didn't have to buy my own phone. So it's nice to have that kind of support system.